In this video, we're going to talk about what a break and a meal period is. So the Fair Labor Standards Act has a pretty clear stance on this. Federal law does not require lunch or coffee breaks. Now, that does not mean that your state does not have a specific rule or law regarding this. So if you're ever not sure, please look into your state Department of Labor's website to see if it requires a mandatory lunch or coffee break. You don't want to violate that. But it's important to keep in mind that breaks lasting about 5 to 20 minutes are considered compensable. So the word compensable may seem a little odd, but what it basically means is if this person takes a break from 5 to 20 minutes, it is still considered compensable, meaning they must be paid for this time. Now, the government also states that meal periods lasting at least 30 minutes are not work time and are not compensable. So, in other words, if your employee is not doing work of any kind and they're sitting in the lunchroom and they're there for 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes, that time is not considered work time and it's not compensable, meaning you do not have to pay them. If they're there for 30 minutes and then at minute 31 they punch in again, that means the 30 minutes before that are not compensable, and every time or all the time after that is considered pay and work time and is compensable. So here's an example. Sam takes a coffee break and is away from his desk for 19 minutes. Is this time considered compensable? Well, hopefully you answered yes. Breaks that are anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes are considered compensable. You could also look at bathroom breaks that are 5 to 20 minutes when the person is not doing any sort of work at all and they're having a conversation in the lunchroom or even in the office and they're not doing any work or engaged in work. 5 to 20 minutes is considered compensable. Now, in this next example, Sam went to lunch and was gone for 1 hour and 15 minutes. Is this considered compensable? Well, hopefully you said no. If the employee is not engaged in work activities of any kind and away for 30 or more minutes, it is not compensable. So let's keep it simple. If your employee is at their desk, but their computer is turned off and they're eating their lunch at their desk and listening to music and reading a book, that is not considered work activity because they're sitting at their desk. If the employee works in your restaurant and they're in the back and they're eating their meal on a plate, sitting there looking at their phone, listening to music and reading a book, that's not considered compensable if it's 30 or more minutes. Now remember, if an employee is on lunch and you ask them to do work while eating, you must pay them for that time because they are engaged in work. Remember, if they're doing work of any kind, anything, it could be as simple as, hey, can you go stack those dishes over there? That's considered work time. Hey, can you go bust that table real quick for me? I know you're on lunch, but I need you to go grab this table and pick up the dishes from it. That's considered work time. You must pay them for that. You can't not pay them when they're doing work. If they're engaged in work, you must pay them. Now, this one comes up because I did not see any instances of it in restaurants. It's more so in other industries. But if you decide that you want to take an auto lunch deduction from your employee, you're allowed to, but keep in mind, in my opinion, I do not recommend it. And if you engage in this practice, you have to be very clear on what to do. You can deduct lunch periods from your employees automatically, but you must also have a very clear policy of paying them when they work through lunch or during lunch. So remember, if that person skips their lunch break, like let's say it's a really busy day at the restaurant and this person has an hour deducted from their pay automatically, and they work the entire day without taking a lunch break, and they tell you, hey, I worked during lunch the entire time, you must pay them that 1 hour of time. You cannot not pay them just because it's deducted automatically. So you're allowed to deduct it, but you must pay it when they work through lunch, and you must pay them for every single hour they work or every minute they work.